Hey guys, Tim here down at Studio 99 Milton, and I'm your exercise physiologist helping you through your workouts today. So these workouts are for if you have progressed through the initial recovery phase after your bariatric surgery, your body has started to adapt and you're building a bit more tolerance towards physical activity, your day-to-day activities, and you've started to introduce a little bit of exercise. So what we need to start doing now is introducing a bit more loading onto your muscles and your joints so that your connective tissue can start to adapt and we can get a bit more response also through your cardiovascular system, so your blood vessels and your heart and lungs are going to get a lot more efficient in the way you move, and we can start to build you towards a fitter, healthier life, burning a few more calories along the way as you're still going to be losing quite a lot of weight week to week. So all I've got here in terms of equipment, we've got some lighter dumbbells and some heavier dumbbells. If you don't have these at home, you can go and pick them up. Kmart, Rebel Sport, they're pretty cheap. Otherwise, come down and see us here in Milton in our nice little private gym. So we're going to do a split body workout where we work through lower body and upper body interchangeably. And so that way you should be able to get it through it pretty efficiently without too much fatigue. Taking it nice and slow. So we don't want to rush these exercises because that's going to spike your blood pressure and it might cause some variances there which might give you a few dizzy spells or make you feel a little bit woozy. So controlling your tempo here is really important. First exercise, you can choose your weight. Start with whatever feels comfortable. The aim being that we want to get to somewhere between 12 to 15 repetitions. Definitely if you can do more than 15 comfortably, you need to be looking at a heavier weight. So our first exercise is a goblet squat. Goblet squat starts under the chin. We take a nice strong base of support, so toes pointing out, knees are open, and I'm going to sit down like I'm going to a chair. This sort of tempo here, it's about 2 or 3 seconds on the way down, 2 or 3 seconds on the way up. So if I try and stay nice and tall, keeping my posture steady, that should keep it pretty safe. If you find that your blood pressure is having a bit of an episode, you might get a little bit dizzy with this one, we change it down to a low carry. So you carry that dumbbell down to your waist height and you'll lower it down in between your knees. That's going to have less of an impact on your blood pressure, so you can manage that way. We're going to move to the upper body now and start off with a chest press. So with your lighter dumbbells, I've got a bench here. If you don't have a bench, you can lie down on the floor to do this, that's fine as well. So working the muscles of the chest, shoulders and triceps, you can lie yourself down. We're going to start with the dumbbells to the side, your rib cage, press all the way up, meeting in the middle, before controlling down. Again, we want that similar sort of tempo, about 2 or 3 seconds on the way up and 2 or 3 seconds on the way down. Making sure, so a good guide for this, if you're worried about the weight or the timing, you should be able to breathe comfortably throughout it. You shouldn't find yourself having to hold your breath to force that movement or that effort. Okay, our next exercise, we're going to use our heavy dumbbells. And we're going to start off getting into a deadlift. So this is for your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings, some of the big muscle groups in our body that we need to start putting a bit of conditioning into. So start off with your feet straight under your hips, heavy dumbbells by your sides. The first movement is to stick your bottom out, hinging at the hips. Your hands will naturally just fold to the front of your body. Then all we're going to do is bow down towards the floor, just about mid-shin, and then slowly come back up. So again, take your time on the way down. You'll feel a bit of tension come through the back of the legs and maybe in the lower back as well. That's good, that's what we want. It's those muscles working. Just control your speed because again, that change in posture, the head moving up and down might cause a little bit of a blood pressure response. So just take your time, control your tempo, and that should be fine. Moving on, we'll go back to the upper body. So again, you can stick with your heavy dumbbell with this one if you like, or use your lighter ones. We're going to do a single arm row. So using your bench, hand starts hanging down under the shoulder, you're going to pull back towards your waistline. So making sure that elbow is driving high towards the roof. The rest of the body stays quite steady. If you don't have a bench, again, you can just use maybe a table or the edge of a couch, and you'll just put one hand down, and same movement with the upper body, pulling through towards the waistline. So far we've worked the upper and lower body twice. We're going to do one more for the lower body. So we want to start to build in a little bit of balance work as well, so a single-sided work. I've got 3 little plates here set up as a bit of a step. So if you've got a step at home, you can use this, but we want to add some load to it. So I'm going to use the heavy dumbbells. And all we'll do, 1 foot on top, add a little bit of a dip before you step up. So that's going to load up your legs before standing up tall, both feet on to get your balance at the top. Do all one side first, little dip, drive yourself up, keeping those dumbbells nice and steady by your sides. So again, starting to build in some single-sided work, so that will start to improve your balance. As we know, if you're losing weight quickly, your balance might be a little bit off. The joints in your ankles and your feet and your knees and your hips need to adapt as well. So adding some load to there is now going to start to progress. So those are your 5 exercises working through your whole body, starting to add some load to your resistance work, which is going to build your conditioning and help you on your weight loss journey.